Sir, I still don't know which one to pick.
Well, we're going to go through, so don't panic, don't stress. You always worry, Mia. Don't worry. You never worry this much in the classroom. What's made you worry so much when you're doing remote learning?
I always worry.
He always worries.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah. Right. Now, if we look at number 3, so...
No, give me the test results now.
If we look at number 3 has little white lies. Now, what do you think? Have a little think. What could we do with that one if somebody decided to choose that as a sort of title for their piece of creative writing here? What could we do with that? Little white lies. What could that relate to? Give you a couple of minutes or so to have a think. Then I'll ask for your ideas, please. So a couple of minutes thinking time here. Then I'll ask you. Okay, what are we thinking? What ideas have we got for little white lies? Who wants to go first? Who wants to jump in there? What is a white lie? Let's start it that way. Daisy, what is a white lie?
A small lie.
Right, so we're thinking it's a small lie. And when do people, Daisy, tell white lies?
Like to get out of something or fake something.
Yeah, okay. Anybody want to come up with any? Why else do we use little white lies? Anybody else got any ideas on that?
Get your own way. Hurt people's
Oh, hang on, right. So that was Evan, I think, saying get your own way. Then who was the other voice apart from Evan?
No, it wasn't. I didn't say anything.
It was Sean and me.
It was Sean. Me.
It was Sean, right? Sean. Okay. So what do you want to say, Sean?
To get your own way.
Right, to get your own way. I thought I heard another voice as well. Anybody else chip up at that point, did they?
So that you don't hurt someone's feelings.
Yes.
Because if they said oh, do you like my new vase and it's ugly, you'd say yes anyway so that they couldn't get upset.
Exactly. And what's the problem with a little white lie? Because you might do it with the best of intentions, might you? Yeah, as we see here, you know, because we think of it as being a small lie. But what could one little white lie lead to?
If you say,
Rude
if somebody
brother.
says, "Did you enjoy the meal?" but you actually hated it, and you say yes, we'll keep giving you that meal. But if you say no, next time you'll actually get a decent meal.
Ah, right. So yeah,
That's from Nativity.
yeah. So yeah, it might have the opposite effect intended. Anything else that might happen from the little white lie?
Lies when the little white lies lead to more lies.
Yeah,
Be bigger ones.
that. Yes, good.
For writing purposes, it would be quite an easy one because everyone can relate to telling one.
Oh, very good, Wyman, and thank you for your honesty. Because yeah, I think yeah, we've all been there. I mean, do we want to just think? Yeah, it is. It's very relatable. Now only if you're comfortable in doing this. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes again, and I want you to think about maybe there was a time when you told a little white lie to somebody. Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think again, and then maybe we could share some. And again, it's ideas that might be able to spark into stories. Okay, anybody want to share a little white lie they might have told themselves?
I will.
Oh, thank you. So what was it?
I can guarantee a lot of people have done this. But when your mum or someone asks, "Have you brushed your teeth?" you'll say no when you yes when you actually haven't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just small things like that, isn't it? It's been there, and so we could think about something that we've done before ourselves, and you know, then just elaborate upon it. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking, from a teaching point of view, I'm sure we've all been there before. When we're coming up with reasons for why a homework might not have been done, that sort of thing.
Definitely not, sir.
No, you wouldn't do such things, would you?
Never.
Never, never, never. Okay, so as well said there, but it's a lovely, very relatable one there. And again, you could have some comedy moments with that as well. It could be about something that it just kind of spirals out of control. You start off with the best of intentions, a bit like Evan says. You're kind of given that bit of a compliment just to be nice, rather than telling them the sort of brutal
That was
truth or
me,
whatever.
sir.
Sorry?
That was
Sorry?
me, not Evan.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. And so we you know, you can do that, and it all kind of backfires, and so then that's you're kind of stuck with it. There's no getting out of it. So that one works quite nicely. Then number 4, I'm guessing there might be a few that quite like number 4 here, for obvious reasons. So we then have, is a dog really a man's best friend? What could we do with that? How could we create, maybe craft a story out of that one? What are you thinking?
I know.
Okay, let's hear it.
So basically, there's this person and they have a pet dog. And
Yeah.
they're taking the dog on the walk one day, and
Mhm.
the dog runs off because the dog wasn't on the lead, so he ran off to another family. And then,
Right. Okay. So it shows no sense of loyalty.
yeah, and it's not the best friend.
Ooh. Right. Yeah. Okay. I think that's more of a cat thing myself, you know. But yeah, yeah, we could go down that route. Yeah. What else could we do? I mean, you know, is a dog really a man's best friend? So obviously you could have it that the dog might be a little bit what? Because we all think of dogs as being nice and cuddly and friendly. What else might the dog be?
I've got another idea.
Vicious.
Vicious.
Right. Oh, okay. Right. So we've got vicious, and let's hear your other idea, please.
Well, basically, you think a dog's your best friend, but you've never spoken to it. So how can you be best friends if you never speak to the dog?
No, right. So that lends itself very nicely, doesn't it? Because what you could do in this story then is you say, we never know for sure. Is it dog man's best friend? We've never heard it speak. We've never heard it chat. So what you could do, couldn't you? Oops.
You could like jump in and out of the dog's head and then.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just thinking of, that idea that was given to me. Yeah, you give the dog a voice, and yeah. Yeah, so we can do. You can do that just as you sort of.
You put it in
there.
like different situations, like common
Exactly.
situations.
Yeah, and we always think, don't we? We think.
I have another idea.
Yeah. So hang on,
That's literally my idea.
yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. You know, we think that, isn't it? So we always think that we're in control. We choose the dogs. What if it is actually? We don't know this. We don't realize this, but it's the dogs are choosing us because they know it suits their personality, and it's the dogs that have the master plan to control us. Yeah. Yeah. What else are people going to say then?
Dogs
Maybe
become
the
really
dogs are
intelligent.
gathering and plotting against humans.
Yeah, I like that, isn't it? You know, we could have it. It's a bit like, you know, the old cats. You know, I'm sure quite a few of us have seen the Cats and Dogs movie. It could be, yeah, but this time, you know, they're not plotting against cats. They're plotting against the humans. You know, that one day it is going to become a dog utopia where dogs will control everything. Yeah, so we could have that. Yeah, good. What else?
Maybe they planned COVID so that they could get more walks.
Oh, that's quite extreme, isn't it? have a
Yeah, but they're
have a
taking over
pandemic
the
so that
world.
human beings have to stay at home.
Yeah, and they get more walks.
Yeah, that's quite a malicious train of thought there, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're training up to take over the world one day.
Oh, and which breed would take over?
Huskies.
Probably chihuahuas.
I don't know. I can't.
Labradors.
No, I can't see Chihuahua ruling the world. No.
Sausage
Huskies.
Labradors.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So that gives lots of potential for number 4 there. Then on looking at number 5, we have the train journey. Now that here we have your kind of classic, very open-ended sort of title here with the
Doesn't
train
give you
journey.
much information.
It doesn't, which allows you to do anything you want with it. So it could be, first of all, you begin to think of things. Where is the journey from? You know, where to where? What type of trains could it be? Or what type of train could it be? Think of all the different type of trains we have in this world.
A train through space.
It could be the Harry Potter train.
Tyler, you stole my idea.
It could be the equivalent, yeah, of the Hogwarts Express. Yes, we could have that kind of thing, similar idea.
The train ride could change your life. So, like, you find your long lost twin.
Oh, right. So it could be a train that travels. Oops, bad spelling today. That travels, yeah, through time. Yeah, we could have one like that.
There could be
A train of thought.
I didn't say. I didn't hear the voice in the background there. I didn't quite catch. There was 2 of you there spoke up.
A train of thought.
Train of thought. Very good. Yes.
Everything that's going on is just your imagination.
Oh, yeah.
Could
Yep. Was that you, Ethan? Are you speaking?
Evan was speaking then.
I know Evan was speaking, but then I saw Ethan's icon pop up, and I wasn't sure whether Ethan was wanting to say something there.
I never unmuted. Did I accidentally unmute?
Yep, there you are again. See, boom, there you are. Your little
I didn't
dog with
mean to.
spectacles. Yes. You could also have, couldn't you? You could have, it could be a ghost train.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, and it's full of lost souls. You know, and this ghost train just travels through your. Okay, this ghost train just travels through your town, picking up these lost souls more and more. And if you hear the whistle, you know the train's coming for you.
The death train.
So yeah, so you've got that, or else you could make it. It could be an actual.
That's boring.
it could be the train journey home from like a
it could.
holiday.
Yeah, it could be.
It's the death train.
Oh,
It's
stop
the death
it,
train.
Evan.
He heard a whistle, so he ran frantically.
They just go off the
to safe
cliff.
house.
Yeah,
There was no
just.
escape from the death
I'm
train.
going to mute you in a minute, Evan. Stop. It could be the
Just put him in a breakout room.
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, we could have the equivalent of the naughty step, which is a breakout room. Yeah, couldn't we? Thanks for that. Yeah. So, but yeah, it could be. I don't know. It might be that you can think of a train journey that you've been on before. That it was just such an amazing journey. You know, again, location-wise, I don't know where some of you have been, sort of thing. But you might have been on one. Or else, as I think it was Daisy maybe saying there, it could be about, it's a journey home. It is a journey, an eventful journey home sort of thing. It just needs to have one maybe event within it. Yeah. It could be at the start of a holiday, at the end of a holiday.
On the way back from a holiday, eating some biscuits.
Oh, what sort of biscuits?
Death biscuits.
Oh, see what Evan's done there. He's just introduced this topic.
Chocolate biscuits.
Yeah, I think that's
Cookies.
Cookies.
Right. Okay.
Donut.
So yeah, it could be the start or the end of the holiday. That sort of idea.
What James
Okay.
said.
Good.
I know.
What do you know?
You're on the train journey, just a normal, and then you find your mum that was meant to be dead 5 years ago.
Wow, these are all going a bit, wow, bit gothic and a bit, dark, aren't they? What have you lot been up
but
to?
there's
You're
death
just
in
like on
Harry
a normal
Potter.
train
It's
journey and then you
Evan's
get
influence.
kidnapped.
Right, okay, maybe getting kidnapped on a
The
train journey.
SAS.
You're
Well,
on the
The
Hogwarts
SAS
Express,
just
then
appear. And
you're
then
on the Hogwarts
kidnap you.
Express, then Hagrid comes and puts you in a sack.
and takes you off to
And
wherever.
takes you to death.
Oh, can we, really?
Sir, I've corrupted Daisy.
Yeah.
You corrupted everyone, Evan.
So it's all very gloomy, this. All very gloomy. Yeah, but I mean,
Sir,
again,
it was your idea of introducing the ghost train.
true, it was.
Evan just expanded on that.
He did, yeah, he did.
And Sir was Sir was the one who said, if you hear the whistle, it's coming for you.
Yeah, that is also true. So yeah, I take it all back then. See, that's what happens when that idea about things snowballing out of control, as we talked about in Little White Lies there. But yeah, I mean, the journey can be anything that you want it to be. I mean, and again, anything can happen on it, that sort of thing. You just need to create it, and that's why something that is so open ended. It can be whatever you want, so long as you set it up right. And then similarly, another very open-ended one is the last one, which is about an old biscuit tin, which sounds a bit dull and a bit boring. Now, I want you to think, I'm going to give you a few minutes again to think about this. Here, I want you to think about, right, it's an old biscuit tin. So I want you to think about what might be in that old biscuit tin. What might it be used for? I mean, it's a common thing that families do once that, you get, an old biscuit tin that's empty and things get shoved in it for whatever reason. But again, I want you to think about what could work well there for a bit of a sort of creative story. What could that old biscuit tin contain? I will give you the next 3 minutes, which takes us to 25 to 4, to think what might potentially be in there. And nobody's allowed to say death.
Laughing biscuits.
Okay, so what ideas are we coming up with then? What could be in this old biscuit tin?
Angry gremlins trapped for centuries.
Right, so what do you say there? Angry?
Gremlins.
Oh,
A biscuit
It reminds
tin
me
full
of
of secrets.
Gangster Granny.
hang on a minute, hang on. So angry gremlins trapped for centuries, okay? Yep, so they've been
Because they
okay.
didn't know how to put them in. They didn't know they had to put them in the light to kill them.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. So okay, so we've got angry gremlins. Who said it
That's
reminded
already a movie.
Hang on, Will, hang on. Who came up with it? Saying something about it reminded them of Gangster Granny.
That was me, Aaron.
Ah, right, Aaron. So do you want to elaborate upon that, please, for us?
Like, the granny has all these, like, jewels that she says she's stolen, and she keeps them in a biscuit tin.
Oh, right. So it's
Yeah.
right, stolen jewelry.
They were stolen jewelry.
In Gangster Granny, isn't there a guy who spies on his granny?
Yeah. No, not his granny.
No, the
Okay.
boy's granny.
Right.
You could have
No, he just goes
left-
around looking.
Hang on.
He just
Hey, whoa,
goes
whoa, whoa,
around
whoa.
stalking grannies.
Hush. Right, please.
you could have biscuit tins of secrets. Well, you've got secret letters in the biscuit tin.
Oh, yes. No, yes. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. Secret letters. Yeah.
Couldn't it be like of memories or like old pictures maybe that someone wanted
Yes,
to hide
it
from their
could.
children?
It could indeed.
Or it was like found in an old house.
Yes.
I've got an idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
So your granny has gone into an eternal sleep. I don't want to say that word. And then you have to clear out her house after
Mm-hmm.
her eternal sleep, and you find an old biscuit tin, and in
Mm-hmm.
the old biscuit tin it's the most like there's this like jewel or something that's been lost for centuries, and it's like really like can make you rich if you sell it.
Okay, right. Okay, so it could be a famous, yeah.
I've got your granny has gone into an eternal sleep, and you're clearing out her house, and you find out that she's just moved to Peru.
Really? Is her
You
name
found her
Paddington?
postcards
Yeah.
in the old biscuit tin,
Right.
and because they didn't want you to find out your granny was still alive.
Right. Okay. And is the name Paddington by any chance?
No.
As they've gone off to Peru. Yeah. So that's where Paddington comes from, isn't it? Deepest, darkest Peru. Yeah, lots of eternal sleep popping up now, which is a bit worrying. Yeah. So I mean,
time capsule.
oh, yeah, it can be, couldn't it? Oh.
How is a time capsule meant to fit in a biscuit tin?
Hey, other dimensions.
So, like, the biscuit tin is an interdimensional portal.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
You've been waiting
Yeah,
just
the
to say that, haven't you,
portal.
Evan?
Yes, I have.
But just think about it, it's like the TARDIS, isn't it? The TARDIS is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And so you
Space
look
time.
into it and you see another world. A bit like Subtle Life, Dark Materials type of thing. It's a portal. Oh,
I've got one.
okay. One, say it out.
So the biscuit tin is like tiny on the outside, but you can actually it's like a whole room on the inside,
Oh
and
yeah.
people
Well, I've got
down there.
another one.
Yeah.
There's
So
loads of
that
missing people who have gone missing,
Yeah, I've
who have
got
gone into this
The
haunted
biscuit
house.
tin ate them.
Oh, very funny.
Biscuit tin ate them.
Yeah.
They were trying to eat
Okay,
its
hang on.
children.
I think Mia's, excuse me. Hang on. Shh. I think Mia's trying to say something. Go on, Mia.
It could be like a biscuit tin filled with all the evidence that needs to be like found to solve a crime.
Oh, yes, like that too. Yep. Lots of really good ideas here. Interesting to see nobody's actually come up and said it just contains biscuits. This is very good. Lots of really sort of different
What if it
diverse
contains
ideas.
biscuits?
Sorry?
What if it contains biscuits?
Yeah, that would be very dull and boring, wouldn't it?
It could contain like biscuits that were enchanted with weird magic
Oh, do you know
and
it's
had been
weird.
locked away.
Do you know what? I think
Like Harry Potter biscuits.
Yeah, I this is going to get Evan quite agitated here, but I think, Daisy, that you might be quite telepathic, because no sooner had I said that about the biscuits than the idea that you just came up with also popped into my head. So
And
there you
magic
go.
powers.
You have those superpowers that Evan craves.
What?
Telepathy.
And telekinesis, and pyrokinesis, and hydrokinesis.
Okay.
And ferrokinesis.
So I take it you're all kind of familiar with the story, Alice in Wonderland, where she, again, there's the things, isn't it? She eats things and she grows taller, drinks things, grows smaller, that sort of thing. So yeah, it could be that within this biscuit tin, there are some magical biscuits which have enchanted spells on them. And in a minute, you only find out what happens when you eat them. Yes, very good. Any other?
What if it has a biscuit tin in it?
A biscuit
And
tin
then
with a biscuit
inside that biscuit tin is a smaller biscuit tin, and then inside that one it's a smaller biscuit tin. And then it keeps going on and on and on, like a Russian doll.
Yes, I was about to say that actually.
It could be like.
Oh, go on.
It could be like a biscuit tin, and it's a clue trail to like hidden treasure.
Yeah, we've got all those sort of ideas knocking around now that it's going to help to solve a crime, maybe get sort of famous lost works of art or jewelry contained within it. So there's lots and lots of things going on here. So what I'd like you to do now.
What if there is no biscuit tin?
Then you just choose another story, don't you? If you're going to go down that route. So you've got 6 now. What I want to happen now in the remainder of today's lesson, which gives you 18 minutes, I want you to select one of these and to begin planning. Now, as you know, you only have to write, I think, again, it's anywhere between 500 to 800 words for this. Okay. Yeah, it is. 500 to 800 words, okay? And I want you to sort of decide on one today that you're going to start planning now, and that'll become, part of the story that you're going to craft over the rest of this week, okay? The other thing to let you know about is tomorrow's lesson. First, we're going to start off tomorrow. I mean, come as normal to get registered, but we'll start off with 25 minutes private reading, okay, tomorrow, to kick the lesson off. So make sure you've got a book with you, because we've got a lesson 1 tomorrow, period 1 tomorrow, okay? So make sure you've got a book that you're reading, which again, you can update on Goodreads as you go along, for the page that you start on and then where you get to by the end of the 25 minutes. Okay? Yep, we all okay with that? Yes?
Yep.
Yeah. So for the last
Yep.
last 17 minutes now, I want you selecting the tale that you're going to tell and to begin to plan it. So think about the characters. Don't overpopulate your story with too many characters. 2-3 characters will be enough. Yeah, and what the kind of key event is going to be.
At the end?
Sorry?
Can we put our ideas? Can we share our ideas at the end?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. We can.
Can you not share your ideas just in case someone copies?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we've been obviously sharing some ideas just now, but we can have a quick sort of after we finish up with the private reading tomorrow, sort of thing. We can have a quick for those who want to be sort of say, right, this is what my idea is, and you don't have to share, because also we've spent a bit of time discussing each of the 6 topics here, sort of thing. But if you want to kind of update us tomorrow first thing, that'll be fair enough. But well. Quite right. If you don't want to share and you want to keep it a big surprise, a big reveal for when you produced it, that's also okay. All right.
We
we go off the
Are you
call? to
leaving
do
the
it
call?
for the rest of
Yeah,
the-
so you can leave the call now, yeah, because it's 50 minutes. You know, the next 15 minutes, select and begin to plan what your story is going to be. And remember, you've
Are
only
you
got.
going to call us back?
Well, no, because it's the last lesson of the day, isn't it? It's 15 minutes. I trust you to work for these 15 minutes. Well. Yeah, and remember, you haven't got too many words to play with. Okay, so don't make your plot too big and too sort of unwieldy. You're only going to be able to have one kind of central event take place in this story, and as I say, you've only got somewhere between 500 to 800 words, which is not a lot. And I'm sure quite a few of you have taken part before in the 500 words competition that Radio 2 do every year, sort of thing. So you know how tricky that is.
I did that once.
Yeah. So you can go off the call, but I mean, I'll be still here, sort of thing. So if you want to sort of put a question in the Teams for me, etc., if you're unsure about things, just message me in Teams and I'll say reply to you, sort of thing. Yes.
One year when they did 500 words, I answered it.
Yeah, well done, you. How far did you get in the competition? Did you get shortlisted or?
I thought it was going to be a proper story then.
Yeah, but like, no, she'd eaten loads of sweets, so it was a bit unrealistic, but I was only about 7.
All stories are. Okay, so off you go and select the one that your title that you're going to use and begin to plan it now for me, please. Okay.
Bye, sir.
Okay, and don't forget your book
Thank
tomorrow
you.
morning.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.